Shalom. So I wanted to talk about something that I have noticed lately and thought was very beautiful, comforting, and motivating to my walk. I was talking to a brother of mine, and he was just talking to me about his experiences resisting transgression, and how every time he resists transgression and temptation, that it's just another gem stored up for him in the Shamayim. And so later on that night, I was reading on my own, and these verses stood out to me, and it reminded me of something else that Shaul writes about. So I wanted to show these two verses and talk a little bit about them afterwards, and I hope that it edifies you guys. So let's get into the scriptures.
So neither he who plants nor he who waters is any at all, but Elohim who gives the increase. And he who plants and he who waters are one, and each one shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. For we are fellow workers of Elohim. You are the field of Elohim, the building of Elohim. According to the favor of Elohim which was given to me, as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another builds on it. But each one should look how he builds on it. For no one is able to lay any other foundation except that which is laid, which is Yahusha, Messiah. And if anyone builds on this foundation with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, straw, each one's work shall be revealed, for the day shall show it up, because it is revealed by fire. And the fire shall prove the work of each one, what sort it is. If anyone's work remains which he has built on, he shall receive a reward. If anyone's work is burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, but so as through fire.
Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart shall be also. What I love about these two set of verses is that it lets us know that our works and what we do will be rewarded. So whenever we obey Yahuah and guard his Shabbat and wear his tzitzit and try to obey his commands, I believe these works will be rewarded. Not only that, but I believe that when we show love to other siblings who may be down, or pray for one another, or encourage one another, or uplift one another, that these are literal treasures being stored up in the Shamayim, and that our works will not be forgotten, and that we should not grow weary of doing good, but rather that we should trust Yahuah and just be zealous for good works and keep going and just trust in him that he sees. And so when we suffer evil for doing righteousness, and when we're falsely accused of doing evil, even though we know we're just trying to obey the Creator, let's just keep going. Let's stay strong and trust in the fact that he sees and that he's keeping tabs, and that the bad will be judged, but the good will be rewarded. And honestly, for me, I hope that a lot of my works can hopefully be gold or silver or precious stone, but I don't want it to be wood, hay, or straw. So I think it's also really encouraging to know that our works will be tried through the fire. And so it's very motivating to just get out there and just do what we can, whether that's encouraging a sibling who may be depressed, helping someone who may not know the truth, or helping someone who may be in need. The fact that in the end, we will see Yahusha face to face, and everything we've done will be judged, is a very terrifying thing. But when we think about being saved by him and being rewarded for the works that we have done in this body during our time on earth, it's very encouraging, very motivating, and honestly very exciting. So I just hope that all of us can continue doing good, continue obeying him, continue praising him, continue loving one another, continue praying for one another, continuing to encourage one another and uplift one another and motivate one another. Let's stir each other up to do good works in his name, trusting in him, and just taking comfort and strength in his promises and in his love. I love you guys. Shalom.